Good morning. Welcome back to Open Hand Farm. You guys, I'm sorry. I'm trying to talk and make it sound good, and it's just not working. But I have a busy day today because my grandson is having a graduation party tomorrow. So I'm going to be making sugar cookies for him. And then we have a family dinner tomorrow night. And we wanted to have a chocolate icebox pie. I know a lot of you are familiar with that recipe. It's a layer of just like flour and butter on the bottom, and then some cream cheese with powdered sugar, and then a pudding mix and Cool Whip on top. That's a very popular recipe to use, but we thought that sounded kind of boring. So my daughter Allison has a birthday this month, so we're celebrating her at the family dinner. And she came up with this great idea. At least we think it is. In theory, we think it is. We'll see how it works. She loves s'mores. So we are going to make a s'more icebox pie. So I thought I would bring you along in case it's something you would like to try. The first thing we decided is that instead of the shortbread crust, we should have a graham cracker crust. So we are making a 9 by 13 size. I took 2 packages of graham crackers. I put them in a Ziploc bag, and I used my rolling pin to pound them and roll them until they were broken up like this. So now we're going to add some sugar and butter to make the crust. So the next thing we need is a cup of melted butter. Now I left this set out all night last night, so it's already soft, and that way I don't have to wait so much for it to melt in the microwave. I'll show you another little tip that I do. I have one of those covers that you can put over things in the microwave to keep them from splattering and stuff. But when I do butter, I just take my butter wrapper and lay it over the bowl, and it does a great job of protecting and just encasing that butter. Another thing about that is if you melt butter with your cover over it, it gets butter splattered all over it and you have to wash it. This cover, I just throw away. The next item needed in this crust that we're making is sugar. I don't usually use traditional granulated sugar, but because it is a smaller granule and because the people that are coming really don't care, I'm going to go ahead and use it this time. So we need a half a cup into our crumbs, and we'll mix that up and add the butter. I'm going to mix up the sugar first with the crumbs, and then I'm going to add the butter. I found this recipe for the graham cracker crust online, and I doubled it. I don't know if we'll need to use it all or not, but that's where I'm starting. We didn't know how thick we wanted our crust since this is all new and different, but I'd rather have too much than not enough. Okay, that is nice to just drink up that butter. It looks like I've gotten everything wet, which is what you want. And now we're just going to spread it in our pan. Yeah, I think that'll be a good thickness. Now, if you just did this and tried to build the pie on top of it, this would fall apart. So this has to go in a 350-degree Fahrenheit oven for 15 minutes. And I'm just trying to press it as evenly as I can. And that will just help set it all in place. All right, that looks pretty good. So my daughter's sitting over here, so I'm going to ask her if she thinks this looks like a good enough thickness.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, in the oven it goes. Okay, our crust has cooled. We let it cool for 20 minutes, and that's the original recipe says that also. So that's what I tried, and it worked. Now, every icebox pie has a layer of cream cheese. usually mixed with powdered sugar. But remember, this is a s'mores icebox pie. So we tried to figure out if there was a pudding or something we could use, but we came up with, instead of using powdered sugar, we're going to use marshmallow fluff to sweeten the cream cheese. We are going to start with 1 8-ounce block of cream cheese, and we're just going to add in marshmallow fluff until it tastes sweet enough and tastes like marshmallows. I don't eat sugar, so my daughter Allison is here to taste it for me. So I'm going to mix it up and we'll let her taste it and see what we think. I leave my cream cheese sitting out for a couple hours so that it's soft enough to be pliable with whatever I'm mixing into it. 8 ounces of cream cheese, and then I have 13 ounces of the marshmallow cream. I'm going to start with just some, like 2 big spoonfuls, and see what happens. You guys, this crust smells so good. I'm just standing here thinking, oh my gosh, that is just amazing. Ooh, that's a nice texture. Kind of a melty, marshmallowy texture. That's perfect. I don't know if it'll spread as well, so we might have to go ahead and make a little bit more. Of course, if there's extra, you could always eat it on graham crackers or something. All right, I'm going to get a spoon for Allison to try it. Do we need more marshmallow?
Yeah, it's good, but it's not overwhelmingly marshmallowy.
Okay. Allison has a cold too, so we're both talking kind of funny. Should I double it again? I mean, do the same amount again?
Yes.
Okay, that's what we'll do then. It gives us more volume also to spread, so that's nice. Okay, I'm gonna get a clean spoon. Try that.
Oh yeah, it's there.
It's there. Okay. Okay. Good deal. So should I put just a tad more in for the fun of it?
Yeah,
Or
I think
okay.
so.
I mean, we might as well use this. Okay, so if you're making this at home, this is pretty much the full 13 ounces of marshmallow fluff. Now that we have it to the flavor we wanted, I'm going to kind of just make sure it's whisked together very nicely. Oh, that's smooth. Nice. I like it. Now, this will set up after it's refrigerated, so don't worry that it's too thin. We're going to get our crust. This will definitely be a s'more icebox pie. So the pudding we got is just chocolate because, I mean, it's a s'more, right? Very glossy, like melted marshmallows. All right, that layer is done. I'm going to cover it with saran wrap and put it in the fridge, and then I will do the pudding after this cools and hardens just a little bit. It's set up, it's firmer now. So we're going to add the chocolate layer to our s'more. I have 2 boxes of Jell-O instant pudding that is chocolate flavored. Now, it's important that it's instant because you don't want to cook a pudding and then pour it on warm and melt your cream cheese layer. These say to use 2 cups of milk. We want it a firmer substance than pudding because we want it to really hold when we cut it. So if we were making pudding, we would use 4 cups for both of these boxes. We're only going to use 3 cups of milk. That way it will be a firmer layer that when you cut it, it holds its shape and doesn't just fall over the place. So let's put this together and add our chocolate. So you just pour it all in the pan and then you smooth it around. Make sure it's all the way to the edges. You don't want a gap in your edge. It's starting to really thicken up on me. Now there are a little bit of particles of the powder in here. That's not going to be a big deal. There's going to be so many layers in here, that's not going to be noticeable. And as it's starting to thicken, you go ahead and pour it on. That way it will fill the surface on top of the cream cheese and you spread it around and then it sets. So I'm going to recover it with my saran wrap and put it back in the fridge. Now, because this is a s'more icebox pie, my daughter and I decided that we should put some broken up graham crackers on top of it, as well as some chocolate. So I'm going to just open these. And if you wanted to, you could just break these apart and like stick one into each piece to kind of decorate it. But we decided we wanted it kind of crumbled, not as much as we had to do for the crust, but just enough that you get a bite of graham cracker when you bite into the top. And people can just decorate them however they want. Okay, that's good. Now for the chocolate. We just got some of these little snack size candy bars because I knew we didn't need a lot of chocolate, but I just thought we could just do little chocolate curls. Okay, we are at our family dinner and it's time to finish putting this pie together. I have an 8-ounce tub of Cool Whip and I'm just going to put some on top. And then kind of spread it around. And the pudding should be firm enough that it's not going to be moving it around. So I did pretty much use the whole 8 ounces. Okay, let's cut it. Let's see. Probably hear my family in the background. That's fine. There's 15 or 16 of us here. I can't remember. I didn't really count. Let's see what we get here. Whoop. Let me show you in here. Now that looks yummy. This is Allison, and she's my birthday girl for this month. And she's going to try it for us. This is we kind of came up with this together. She had a great plan. Did it work out like you thought? Okay. Awesome. Thanks so much for coming along as I put this together and putting up with all of our noise at our family dinner tonight as I showed you what it looks like. I hope you enjoyed this, and I will let you know what my family thinks about it. If you give it a try, or if you have another kind of icebox pie that you like to bake, let me know in the comments. We're all about the icebox pie. Until next time, blessings on you and yours.